Carney 2013 stated that talent is the athlete's innate or learned ability. Talent is the athlete's innate or learned ability to combine factors that contribute to performance into a successful whole. The genetic legacy that receives from the parents is a basis for performance, for without the physical and physiological attributes, the chances of success is much lower. Abbott and Collins 2004 stated that the later process and techniques for fostering athletes previously identified and facilitate and accelerate the progression of performance in the talent development. Talent identification refers to the process and techniques used for identifying athletes who have potentials to excel at a high level. Colburn and Sokor and Becker 2012. In my opinion, I feel that some athletes were born with some innate talents, such as being fast runners, which this could come down to two things: your muscle fibers or genetics from your parents. Talent innate, but athletes need the motivation to consist on learning over a period of time. When is talent identified? We have to consider what age is talent identified. Over the talent identification has become increasingly important across a number of different domains. Albert, Button, and Pepin and Collins 2005. Within sport, it has become more important than ever. Teams are desperate to try and recruit the best to help them succeed, and process begins with a young age. Albert et al. In 2005. Athlete selection has been divided into four stages, these being detection, identification, selection, and Riley and Williams 2003. The detection involves identifying suitable players that are not currently playing in the sport. The purpose of talent identification. The first stage of talent identification is to determine why you are identifying and selecting players. Many development programs are tied to regional and national competitions, with the result that winning becomes a greater focus than development. The issue with talent identification. The common problem with talent identification is that the problem of the player selection is that the coaches and selectors identify players based on their potential to help them win games rather than focus on identifying players with a long-term development focus. Talent identification processes start at a young age to ensure the individual receives the 10 years or 10,000 hours of deliberate practice. This is widely recognized as a necessary on the pathway to elitism. Ericsson, Krappa, and Tekin and Roma 1993, Starkey 2000. The example of you're looking to recruit a basketball player or a fast bowler in cricket, height would most likely an essential or extremely desirable performance demand as the physical performance demanded as associated with excellence within the sport. Albert et al. In 2005. There are negative implications with the process, as physicality is not the only demanded of performance. Players and athletes all mature of different ages and rates. Therefore, the characteristics which are easily seen during the period may be due to transitional period. Albert et al. And 2005. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this topic that I was talking about, what is talent in a talent context.